Welcome to our third YouTube. We scored a whole bunch of apples, and today we're going to make crunchy, chunky applesauce. And we're going to compare the two different styles of making chunky applesauce. We're going to make it traditionally, like you see in the pan there, and we are going to try microwave applesauce. So while Anne prepares the apples, we will stop the video and prepare the next step. But the first step is to peel and core the apples, and you can see that she's already done a great deal of it. But the next step is to start the cooking process. We are going to compare the taste after we get done with applesauce and ice cream, and we will get back to you with the next step. All right, we loaded the microwave dish with about 4 cups of apples, and we're preparing the stovetop with by draining the apples and getting them ready.
Clean water.
Clean water, about 1.5 cups or so, and that should do it for the stovetop. The microwave stuff is not as important, but we did put a little bit of water in there so that those apples steam and get ready to go. We'll catch you on the next segment.
Okay, so when we're cooking on the stove, you get a big enough kettle that you have no more than 3/4 of your pan full of apples, and you put just 1/4 of that portion with water. Then you're going to cook it, and I have it about on between 7 and 8. That's just to warm it up, get it going, but not to burn the bottom like I've done. And so every so often you take the lid off and you're going to stir it. Now right now it's still just getting warm. You can see the steam coming up. But by stirring it, you're going to keep it up off the bottom. And I like big wooden spoons so that you get all the strength in the handle, and you can push things around without bending the handle. And this is one that Riley and I grew up with. Our mom had this set, and you have to kick the side to close the lid. So the challenge that we're doing today is to cook some in the microwave, some on the top of the stove top. We've heard that you can't tell the difference. We're doubters. We're going to prove it one way or the other. So I have a microwavable pot. I've put the apples in here, a little bit of water. Even though this is going to steam, it just gives a little bit of more moisture. We're going to cook it for 4 minutes, and then when it's done, we're going to take it out, stir it, set it a little bit, but we still want it warm. And then we're going to put it over vanilla ice cream. Okay, so I can tell that it's beginning to boil. I see steam coming out, and the lid tips every so often. So I'm going to take it off, turn it down to about 5, so a little less than medium. And all I'm doing is stirring and kind of crushing the apples a little bit. I don't pulverize them. I like them chunky. But they're boiling away, they're softening, and it won't be long before we have applesauce. Okay, so the apples are cooking. They're getting soft. I've turned it down to low, actually, on the stove top because it was boiling too much still. So now we're going to put the apples in the microwave because we knew this would only be 4 minutes. So I'm going to put them in. I'm going to set it for 4 minutes, which this one just automatically goes, and we'll see you in a minute. Okay, so 4 minutes has happened, and we're going to see what this looks like. So I had my handy dandy big spoon, and I open up the lid. It's extremely hot, and they are not soft yet. So we're going to put them back in. They're still pretty hard. So we're going to put them back in for another 4 minutes because they're just not enough. In the meantime, we're going to go look at this. And remember, I had to turn it clear down onto low. And so it's really cooking down nice. It's, I'm just chopping up the chunks, but I want it to stay chunky. I want it to have some texture to it.
Oh boy, that smells good.
Does it? So we're going to let this simmer a little bit more while we're waiting for the microwave one to finish cooking. And then we're going to test it. Okay, so again, 4 minutes has expired, so we've got 8 minutes on the microwave apples. And we shall see what it looks like. It's hot. Oh yes, I can now start crunching them. They're still going to need a little bit more cooking though, because they're not breaking down. In fact, the stovetop ones are almost done, and I think that the stovetop does it just as quick as the microwave one is doing.
So what we'll do now is add the spices and finish cooking, and we'll get back to you with the finished product and let them cool down and have them with applesauce and ice cream.
Okay, so we have both the stovetop and the microwave out here. We're going to put the sugar and spices in it. But I want to show you how that you can use everyday stuff to measure with. You don't have to have a full set of measuring equipment. That in a 8-ounce glass is 1 cup. So we're going to pour 1 cup of sugar in each one of these. So again, 1 cup of sugar. Depending on your apples and how sugary you want it is how you're going to do it. Now, nutmeg is a spice that's in apple pies, but again, you're going to use a little bit on a teaspoon because it can be kind of potent. So a little bit on a teaspoon. That's about half of a teaspoon or less. Cinnamon is the other thing that makes it taste like applesauce or apple pie. And there we're doing about half of a spoonful. Okay? And we're going to stir that in. It starts making that color, but these aren't done yet. They have to cook a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is give Riley a taste of this to see if it's right yet. So I gave Riley a little taste of this to see, and all he would do was go, oh my, that's good. So I'm going to put the lid back on the microwaved one, And I'm going to put it in for another 4 minutes. And the reason for the lid on it is so that it doesn't splatter all over the inside of my microwave. But the stove top, I'm leaving the lid off, let the steam come out of it, and it'll make it a thicker applesauce. Okay, 4 minutes are up, and I am going to bring this over and see what it looks like. All right, they are soft, and I'm just going to smash them. You can use a metal spoon if you want, but sometimes a metal spoon will leave a little bit of a tang behind, and you want to taste the apples. Now you can add more sugar if you like it super sweet. We don't happen to like it real sweet. We like to taste the fruit. So that is chunky applesauce right there. You've got some smooth and you have some chunks. So we're going to let this sit and cool and try it out.
Yeah, look at that ice cream. So Anne's going to dish up some of the applesauce from the stovetop batch in one side, and take the microwave stuff, put it on the other side, mark it with a toothpick so we know which one goes where, and we'll try it out. Now Anne's husband Larry and I both agree the winner is the microwave stuff, but we're going to try it out and eat it with the ice cream a la mode, and we'll get back to you with our final opinion. All right, we tested them, ate the whole bowls. We can't tell the difference. It was like pure candy. Both of them turned out nice and applesaucey, just a little bit chunky, just like we like it. It's going to be good on top of pancakes, on top of more ice cream. It would be good on toast, all kinds of things. So this YouTube, I feel, was a success. Dorm room food can be tasty and be done in a simple microwave. Thank you for watching our YouTube. We will catch you with the next one. Thank you very much. Bye.